So I left off where we'd met and he'd stolen from me. So that was in the October the 6th, I believe it was, of 2009. So I was seeing him maybe once every 2 weeks. He was saying it was work commitments and whatever. But whenever he wanted to see me, he would say he was low on money and couldn't really sort of get to see me. So I'd end up putting money into his account for him to come and see me. Or I'd go and pick him up. So I'd drive the 2 hours there and then the 2 hours back to pick him up. And again, it just didn't sort of compute the fact that he was working, he was single, he had no commitments, had no children, so should have had more money than I did, but that he just... Yeah, I was on minimum wage, but basically funding for him to come and see me. So this went on for about 5 months, so that would have taken us up to the February. And on that particular February, the snow was really, really bad. And I had a day off work. And my parents owned a newsagent's. And because of the snow, a lot of the paper boys and girls hadn't turned up. So my dad asked me, could I give him a hand? And I ended up falling in the snow and breaking my arm. And I was, because my youngest was still in nappies, I had to move back in with my parents, which was a complete and utter nightmare. But yeah, I had to move back in with my parents for them to basically help me look after my kids, because I couldn't do it that easy with a broken arm. Plus I couldn't drive them to school where my parents lived close to the kids' school. So I was there and my phone rang and it was Steve. And he was telling me that, I could hear it was like a butt dial. And I could, so I was listening in and I could hear that he was with a woman. And there was kids in the background as well. It was just everyday conversation, but... You know, when you could just tell somebody's closer to somebody than just a friend. It was just, there was nothing intimate being said or anything like that, but you could just tell they were a couple, not just friends or anything. And I hung up and he butt dialed me again. And I heard him mention the woman's name. So put that on the back burner, and then I messaged him and said, you've butt dialed me a couple of times. Who's the woman you're with? And he completely ignored me. There was no text messages, wouldn't answer any of my phone calls or anything. And then 6 o'clock the next morning, I received a text message from him saying he's not cheating on me, but it's very obvious to him that I feel more for him than he does for me, and he's calling it off. Because he doesn't want to break my heart. But the woman that was in the phone call was his friend. He was godfather to her children. And had he not said that, if he just said, yes, I'm cheating on you, I would have walked away. But I went digging, and I found the woman on Facebook, through his Facebook. And yeah, I messaged her, and it turns out that they were engaged and actually getting married in June. So I gave her my number, and I'll tell you about the conversation in the next video. Yeah, thank you.